A lot of people think that change is really, really hard. No matter what they do, they cannot change. No matter how much they try with willpower, somehow they go back into the same place that they started with. But the reason why is unknown. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason why people don't change. The biggest reason why people don't change is because of trauma. The role of trauma in people's life is very unknown. A lot of people just don't really realize the effect, the huge effect that it has in their lives. What if I tell you that people see life, see people, they form relationships, they go to work, they achieve with the lens of trauma. People see life through their traumas, through their past. People don't really see life as it is. People see life through what they've experienced in the past. The more traumatic experiences that you've had, the more you actually are shaped, the more you actually see life through that. What does that mean in real terms? First of all, let's define what trauma means. Trauma first is a specific incident. It's incidents that happens in the past, a specific event that happens in the past that has shaped your life negatively in the future. That's what it means essentially. So, for example, like person A has had, let's say, trauma could be a single incident that is very severe, or it could be an ongoing trauma that is not as severe. They're both traumatic and they both influence people negatively in their lives. So let's just give an example. Let's say person A has been affected by trauma. Let's just say person A's mother always, person A mother is when the baby cries, she just get really frustrated. Let's say the mother is really exhausted from work, from labor, and how much effort moms put, right? And when the baby cries, she just ignores it for a bit because she's just so exhausted. That single incident could actually be very traumatic for the child, and it could actually bring out a feelings of the fear of abandonment. That's actually, the fear of abandonment is born mainly because of the child with the mother. Now, that fear could actually influence this person's life. This person, it could actually affect their relationships, it could affect their jobs, it could affect the way they actually interact with people, and it could actually start to actually affect on the body itself, because trauma also have results on the body. Now, whose fault is it? Is it the mother? Is it the child who's actually, making things bigger than they are? To be honest, no one, when it comes to trauma, we shouldn't really label whose fault is it. Because what we need to do is an understanding. We need to understand, first of all, what was the perspective of the child? What was going on with the child? What was going on through his head? And how we actually understand children. And we should also understand mothers as well. We should understand the parents, the role of parents, and how we should support them, and how little support do they have. So when people don't understand trauma, what they do is they start judging. They live in a very judgmental mindset. What does that mean? They just label everything. When person A does something, they just label them as jerk or as a selfish person, or they just label people negatively because they don't understand what trauma does. And similarly to themselves, they judge themselves very harshly because they just say like, why can't I change? Why can't I get rid of this habit? Why can't I wake up early? Why do I always feel shit? Why do I always feel anxious? And that judgment doesn't really help. It actually makes the problems even worse because you're feeling now guilty, and that guilt is on top of the feeling that you originally felt, which is negative also. So the answer to all of this is, first of all, awareness. The answer is becoming aware of how trauma is. And I am really surprised that even at this point, people still debate whether trauma is real or not. While trauma is not something that you can see, but surely you can see the influence and the effect that it has on people. Without trauma, change is very simple. It's very easy. You just need to know what to do and you just need to go and you just go and do it with little willpower. You don't have to have a lot of willpower for change if you really are not, influenced by a lot of traumas. That's my message.